Good morning, everybody. You are here with Stretching with Strength. And in this class, I teach you moves that you can incorporate in your everyday routine. Stuff that's going to make your joints feel good, stuff that you can pick and choose from, and stuff that you can keep yourself moving without being pain free. And isn't that the goal? So, what we're going to do today is we're going to start standing at the wall. So, find a wall that you can put your hands on, okay? And before we do that at the wall, we're going to stand up and we're going to do some grounding. Every day we should be grounded. And why should we be grounded? Because our body is number one, it's what you can feel, it's your skin, it's what you can see, your hair, your eyes. But what you might not know is we have this energy field that encompasses us all around us. And you can't see that energy field. Actually, some people can. It's called auras. But what happens is you can sense people's energy fields. You can sense when a person with a big presence walks in the room because they have that huge energy field. You might be able to sense somebody walking up behind you. And as moms, you know we all have eyes in the back of our head, right? But it's your feelers out here in the energy field that are sensing other energy fields coming up to you. So I don't want this to be a little too woo-woo for you, but it's so true. We have a big field of energy around us. And what we do need to do to keep ourselves energetic, to keep ourselves healthy, we need to ground that energy field. We need to work on it. We need to massage it. So I'm going to teach you a couple of things that we can do to kind of open up one, our lymph system, and one, ground us to the earth. So we're going to start by grounding. I love doing this every day. And if you can do this on the actual ground and get out there and be barefoot and just walk around in the grass, look, Google grounding, okay? It'll give you all the benefits of walking around barefoot in the grass. But for today, we are going to do it right here at home. So what I want you to do is I want you just to feel your feet on the floor for a minute. Feel your feet. Okay, we're going to do a little stomp because we're going to really suction cup those feet to the floor. So your feet will end up being about hip width apart, a comfortable stance for you. So I want you to take your foot and just stamp it into the earth, the other foot into the earth. So now feel your feet connected to the earth. We're grounded to the earth. Okay, I'm going to show you a little routine that I was taught by a great friend of mine, Mary Beth Davis. She started this routine, and I've taught it to so many people, and I just love it. So this is my daily grounding routine. So I want you to take your feet, and we're going to talk through it. So we're going to start with our feet, and we're going to go grounded to the earth. We've got our feet down there. Bring your arms up, open them, and connected to the heavens. So now up here, the energy is flowing down through you. Down at your feet, the energy is flowing up to you. And then after we connect to the heavens, we're going to open our heart. We're going to open our sacred heart. So let the energy of your heart just flow out. And it flows out behind you too, okay? So we're going to go through this. We're going to ground it to the earth, connected to the heavens. I stand in the light of my sacred heart. Let's do it again. Grounded to the earth, connected to the heavens. I stand in the light of my sacred heart. So I'm going to slow it down so you can feel the earth. You can feel the heavens coming into you, and you can feel your heart open up. So here we go. Do it with me. Grounded to the earth, connected to the heavens. Feel the light, the heavens, the energy opening up above, pouring down into you. And open up your sacred heart. Open that heart. Open that heart. Give it to the world. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it breaks, but it's okay. And then just relax. Let's do it one more time so you really get it. Starting with our feet, grounded to the earth, connected to the heavens. I stand in the light of my sacred heart. And if you want to add a little dance to it, you can do a little turn and you open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my, and then you go back the other way. So do the turn both ways, opening your heart. You are grounded. All right. So we're grounded. Okay. We're going to work on our energy body a little bit more today because we've got this huge system, and this equates to fat loss. If your lymph system is clogged in different areas, I think we have an open mic. If your lymph system is clogged in different areas, it causes you to hold on to toxins and stuff that doesn't allow you to release fat. So this is kind of a part of a fasting program, is to get your lymph system going. So I'm going to teach you how to do your lymph system, but I have to have you watch this very carefully because everything has to flow in the right direction. And if you do have lymphatic problems, I encourage you to search out a massage therapist that is trained in lymphatic system. They have to be trained in that system, because it can get a little dicey if they're not doing the right thing, because this system flows. And let me show you where it flows, and then you'll understand it a little bit better. We have two outlets for our lymph system, or actually four, two on each side. One is our axillary right here in our armpit, okay, on both sides. And one is right here at our inguinal area, right here at our hip fold. So this is where the system runs to and releases from. So we're going to start at the top, and we're going to take all the stuff that runs into the axillary and push it in that direction. We're pushing everything to here from the chest up. Okay, the chest up, everything goes to here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by tapping the top of our head, gentle taps on the top of our head. So we're taking and go around to the back of your head, tap all around. It's with a soy cap, tap all around. So we're driving everything down to the armpit, okay? Think of that. We're driving everything down to the armpit. So I like to come down and tap my sinuses a little bit. Go ahead and tap your sinuses and tap them down. It'll run through the ears, down the sides of your throat. We're still tapping. We're working this fluid, this lymph system down into the armpit. So we're tapping all this down to the armpit. Now the lymph system runs down our arms. So we're going to direct the flow from our fingertips to our armpit. So you're going to tap, tap, tap towards your armpit. Start at the fingertips on the other side of the arm, underside, and tap, tap, tap towards the armpit. So we're directing all the flow to the armpit. Now we're going to take the chest wall on this side, and we're going to direct the lung energy. We're going to direct the breast tissue. We're going to direct it all to the armpit. Rub it over there to the armpit. So once we've got all that energy, all that flow directed on this side to the armpit, we're going to pull it off. Just grab and pull. Just grab and pull. Grab and pull. Now we've got the energy working. We're going to give the armpit a tap, and we're opening up those valves. That's going to release everything in that armpit. All right. So we did the left side. Now we got to do the right. So what you're going to do is start at the top of the head. You can't get enough of this head stuff. Tap all the way down, sinuses down to the throat, and then we're going to take it over to the right side. So remember, start at the fingertips and bring it to the armpit. Tap, 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 tap to the armpit. Underside, tap, 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 tap to the armpit. Breast tissue, lung tissue, sweep it. And it's good, you can grab your boob and just shake it around. That is very good for the lymph system. That's why like rebounding and jumping on a trampoline gets these girls moving, okay? So you want to push everything to the armpit. So we pushed it all in there. We're going to pull that energy out. We're pulling that energy out. Just sweep it out, toss it away. Just clean the house, okay? After we clean the house of the energy, we're going to get it all flowing again. So you're going to tap, 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 tap. I want to tell you a little something about the armpit. The armpit should be a little bit concave. When you bring your arm like this, you should have a pit. There is something called an arm poof. If you have no pit here, you have a lot of stuff stuck in the axillary area of your lymph system. So get that looked at, have somebody take care of it. We all have muscle in here, which is great, but we do want a little hole here. We don't want it all sticking out because that's just too much tissue and it's all stuck with lymphatic toxins. So it's a good idea to get that taken out. Using toxic deodorants will cause stickiness here of all the toxins as well. Just a little bit of added benefit. So now, how do we get this emptied out? Okay, we're going to start at our belly and we're going to tap, 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 tap down to the other spot that opens up our lymph system. So we're tap, 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 tap down. Now we're going to get the kidneys and the liver. We're going to tap, 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 tap down. So we're moving down towards the hip for everything. Tap, 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 tap down. Okay, now the legs, it's just like the arms. We have to go from the toes up to this spot. So everything is leading to this spot. So I want you to bend over and I want you to just tap your leg in the front, tap it all the way up, bring the energy in the lymph system up to the emptying spot. And then on the back side of the leg, tap, 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 and bring it up. Front side of the leg, tap, 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 bring it up to the hip. Back side of the leg, tap, 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 bring it up to the hip. Once we have it all up here, we're going to pull it off, pull it off, pull it off. Pull it off. Remember, we're working with our energy field, but this tapping actually takes care of the physical lymphatic system too. And then you're going to tap gently right here at the spot where everything empties out. You get this flowing again. You've got your circulation going. You've got your lymph system going. And I do this in the shower. So while I'm in the shower, I go through this routine. So once again, the most important part you have to remember is the direction of the flow. Please do not mess up the direction of the flow. All you have to remember is we've got a spot here. Everything has to flow to that spot, to that spot. So we're pulling it to the drain. So just like you're sweeping water off a floor and you're pushing it to the drain, this is your drain. Everything here from the breastbone down flows to the drain that's right here. So you have to sweep up to the drain. You might have to sweep down to the drain. So that is clearing your lymphatic system. I encourage you to do it every day. It increases huge benefits for fat loss if that's what you're looking for. So since we're standing by a wall, I want to tell you about one of the most important joints of your body. That's your ankles. If you don't have flexibility in your ankles, I guarantee you're going to get a sore knee, a sore hip, or a sore back. So let's do all we can to encourage the movement in our ankles. So what I want you to do is come up to a wall. I want you to stand on arm's length away from the wall. So we're standing up facing the wall. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take I'm taking my left leg and I'm going to bring it about 3 inches away from the wall. My toes are about 3 inches away from the wall. This is a good starting point. You might be able to go farther back. You might need to go closer up. But what I want you to feel, let's do this. Let's take our feet a little farther away. So you're leaning into the wall. That way this back leg's going to get a little bit of a stretch too. Okay, now take your left leg, my left leg, about 3 inches from the wall. So we're kind of in a split stance here. We've got our arms on the wall. And I want you to picture your knee in between a guardrail. So I want the knee, when we go, to drive straight to the wall. I don't want to be zigzagging, taking a zigzag path. That's not encouraging the proper motion for your ankle. We're thinking of where this shin bone is going through the foot to the wall. All right. So let's keep our form, ladies, and listen carefully. While your front foot is in front of the wall, I want you to push it into the floor like you're pushing your accelerator in your car. You're pushing that leg into the floor. Keep that push, and then you can gently bend your elbows and bring your knee towards the wall. The back heel can come up. The front heel has to stay down. So you're coming there, but you're pushing into the floor. So you might need to get closer to the wall because I don't want this back heel to come up. If it's not much of a challenge, you bring your foot back farther. This is called dorsiflexion of your ankle. So very important. Push this foot into the floor. Keep that push. Now, drive that knee straight to the wall like it's in between two guardrails. We don't have to hurry to get there, okay? And then come back and release it. Let's do it one more time on this left side. You're pushing that foot into the floor. And now you're driving your knee straight in between the guardrails to the wall. All right, so I encourage you to do several of those on each side, but let's go ahead and do the other side for balance. So this could be different. You'll probably notice a difference between one side and the other, but take your foot and put it where you need it. Push that whole foot, toes, everything, heel, toes, everything, like you're pushing it through the floor. Now, you're going to bend at the elbows as you guide your knee towards the wall. This one's a little tighter for me, but keep that back heel down. So if that foot has to be up to the wall, that's okay. This is your starting point. Go ahead and push that foot into the floor and drive your elbows and your knee towards the wall, keeping your body straight. See if you can, how much you can keep that back heel on the floor. Push the foot into the floor first. Drive the knee to the wall. Drive it to the wall. We're going 100 miles an hour. All right. So that is a great way to activate all the muscles in the ankle and to get those ankles moving. So once we've got them moving a little, I love doing that every morning before I walk down the stairs to get to the main level of my house because my bedroom's upstairs. So you want to, even if you're just lying in bed and you wiggle your ankles around before you get up. Let your ankles know we need to move, okay? So love your ankles. Now we're going to still work these feet, and you might get tight calves or or something like that. But instead of doing a heel stretch where we're dropping it down, say off a step and just elongating this muscle, we're going to work the muscles so they're all working at the right time and they won't get that tightness. So we're going to do this with a 3-position approach. First, we're going to start with our hands against the wall. You can have a slight bend in your elbows. You're about an arm's length away from the wall. And the reason I want you to be here is I don't want you to find yourself leaning into the wall to do this. This is strength through the whole bottom of the foot. We have 26 joints in our foot. We've got all these muscles that attach to those joints, and we're going to make them all work with these moves. So this is creating your arches, all right? This is strengthening your feet. And I encourage you to walk barefoot as much as you can. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with our feet hip width apart. Our arms we're an arm length away from the wall. We're looking straight into the wall. I want you to push your toes down into the floor and simply lift your heels up off the floor and then drop it down. So push the toes down, engaging all those muscles that are in the bottom of your foot, and then lift the heels to engage those calf muscles. So we worked on dorsiflexion, which is where we angle our knee towards the wall. Now we're working on plantar flexion, where our toes point down. So push your toes into the floor, lift your heels up. So you can do 8, 10 of these in this direction. Now we're going to change it up and be little ballerinas, okay? So keep your heels where they are, but just turn your toes out a little. So these are going to work the muscles that run along the outside of our calves. These are your perineal muscles. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do the same thing. We're pushing our toes, which are splayed out a little. Our heels are in the same spot, pushing our toes down to the floor, and we're going to lift our heels up to the ceiling, or lift them up, and our head is going up to the ceiling. Remember, we do not want to be finding ourselves over here. We're up here. That's giving you the strength through the bottom of your feet. And take it down. So push your toes down. First thing, lift the heels and just hold it there for a sec and drop it down. But each time reset, push your toes down, lift your heels. So it's a 2-step move. So the third version of this is we're going to keep our heels where they are, and we're going to turn our toes in. Now, don't turn your toes in so much that you feel crankiness in your knees, okay? Turn in where you can. We want to get that. So now we're working some of the inside muscles of our lower leg. So what I want you to do is going to be the same thing. You're going to take the top of the head to the ceiling, but you're going to do it by pushing your toes down and lifting your heels up and drop it down. Push the toes down, lift the heels up. And you will feel this in different areas of your body. Push the toes down and lift the heels up. All right. Okay, we're almost done, but we did all the lower body stuff. I'm just going to show you a little move for your, I'm going to move the camera a little bit. For your shoulders. Let's see how this works. Trying new camera angles today, guys. Let's get these shoulder blades moving before we stop today. What I want you to do is take your heels towards the back of the wall, as close as you can get them. This is to line your posture up at the wall. So I want the back of your head right here to be right at the wall. I don't want your chin up. We don't want to have our chin looking down. We want our eyes looking straight ahead. And once you're here, I want you to open your arms out. The back of your hands are going to come into the wall. And our arms are at about a 45-degree angle, all right? They're a little bit away from our body, but you're not having them way up here, and you're not right at your side. So you're right here. The back of the arms are to the wall. So what I want you to do is think of your shoulder blades now. This is the part we're going to be working. So picture your shoulder blades having little magic erasers on them, okay? Don't you just love those magic erasers? I don't know how it works, but they're great. So picture a magic eraser on each shoulder blade. We're going to clean off this spot behind the wall. So what I want you to do is push those magic erasers into the wall. We've got a really stubborn spot back there. We've got to really scrub it. And then I want you to shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Shrug it up, shrug it up, shrug it up. You're keeping those magic erasers on the wall. And then push your shoulder blades down in your back pocket. So we're getting that spot on the wall. Push and press. Lift and press. Lift and press. We're giving our shoulder blades the ability to glide up and down our back. If they can do that, it eliminates a lot of restrictions in our shoulder and impingements in our shoulder. The shoulder blade has to move, and so often it just gets stuck on our back body. All right. Now we've got our shoulder blades in a neutral position. We have one more move for these shoulders. I want you to picture a pencil right along your spine in between your shoulder blades. Our arms are in the same position, but I want you just to squeeze those shoulder blades back together and you're holding that pencil tight. It's back to school time. Who's going to get their pencils? And release it. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and together. This is great for, when you're sitting at the computer, we find ourselves in a hunched over, rounded position. This opens it up. And remember how we started the class? We opened our heart. Think of opening your heart when you do this. And relax. Let's open our heart one more time, okay? Squeeze the shoulders back. Give us some love, energy out into the world. And relax. All right. I hope you enjoyed this class. A little different today. Very important to keep your ankles moving. And I will see you next Wednesday, every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time.
Great job, Chris. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you like the little different stuff?
I loved it. Shirley, did you enjoy class? You see our new person, Shirley?
Oh, I can't see. Shirley, good to see you. I'm on my phone now because it's got the best camera and I don't know who's here.
I thought that was just wonderful. I couldn't keep up at all, but it was amazing. I love your workout.
Well, thank you. It's all to get the joy. I'm actually a body worker. I do muscle activation techniques. So I go with anatomy and how the body's supposed to move and I pick it apart. And these are actually moves I give my clients to increase mobility. So every week it'll be.
Can I hire you to, can I hire you personally to help me with my dad? Because I'm going crazy.
Where do you live?
I live in Quebec, Canada.
Get him on this video. And actually, Tina's got it recorded, right, Tina?
No. You don't understand. My father is.
I can give you her information, Shirley, and Chris connect you because I think she wants one-on-one personal training for her dad.
Well, connect me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mwah.
I'm so great to meet you, Shirley.